Rumors have been circulating that Bricc Baby was the one who snitched and got Lil Durk locked up. Now that Bricc Baby is sitting behind bars himself, the word on the street is that he's getting attacked in jail. The real question is why. Is it because he snitched on Durk, or is it because he's been racking up a list of enemies longer than the NBA draft? The guy just can't seem to keep his mouth shut. I'm Hood. Stop tapping me. Either way, it looks like karma is finally coming to collect, and things are looking real bleak for Bricc Baby. In this video, we're breaking down what went down with the attack. But first, let's dive into what people think sparked this whole drama in the first place. The snitch allegations and the Lil Durk beef have been all over the streets. Ever since Durk's arrest on federal murder-for-hire charges in October 2024, rumors started swirling that Bricc Baby was the one who snitched. The talk only got louder after Bricc Baby was hit with federal charges himself in March 2025. Now, with both men tangled up in serious federal cases, the streets are buzzing, wondering if Bricc Baby got touched in jail as payback for allegedly cooperating with authorities. The snitching allegations first blew up when Bricc Baby appeared on a no-jumper interview and reacted to the news that 5 alleged F members were charged in connection with Lil Pab's murder. Many viewers interpreted his comments as indirectly implicating Lil Durk. Some even suggested that Bricc Baby was practicing what's called dry snitching, providing information without directly naming names, but still making it clear who he was talking about. The controversy deepened when a fan theory emerged, suggesting that Lil Durk had been paying Bricc Baby $100K a month before Lil Pab's death, possibly setting up some kind of arrangement that later fell apart. Social media exploded with accusations, and users began speculating that Bricc Baby might have been a co-conspirator in Lil Durk's indictment, implying that he could have directly cooperated with federal authorities. What makes these allegations particularly explosive is the documented history between Bricc Baby and Lil Durk. They've collaborated musically on tracks like Chick Yo Chick in 2016 and Ring Ring in 2015, alongside Kid Ink and Lil Ree. A 2022 Reddit post even confirmed they were in a studio together in California, highlighting that they maintained a close relationship over the years. This history makes the snitching rumors all the more shocking, especially given their past collaborations and strong ties. Their ties go beyond just music. They also share gang-related connections. Bricc Baby is linked to the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, and according to online discussions, Lil Durk is connected to younger members of the same gang through Bricc Baby. This makes the snitching allegations even more explosive, as they suggest a betrayal not just of a musical collaborator, but of someone tied to the same street networks. If true, it adds a whole new layer of distrust and tension to the situation. Bricc Baby has vehemently denied the snitching allegations in multiple interviews. In one appearance on Vlad TV, he directly addressed the rumors, firmly stating that he was not a co-conspirator in Lil Durk's case. In another interview, he discussed how Lil Durk might handle legal pressure, suggesting that if Durk were to cooperate with authorities, he would likely do so discreetly through his lawyer rather than taking the stand, especially given his strong, public anti-snitching stance in hip-hop. So as much as you might pray or wish for me to go to jail, it would have happened already if it was meant to. Y'all are just tripping. Like, I've never seen a gangbanger wish on someone so bad. Who cares? Though, I came out on top of the situation. Like, the weapons weren't even mine in the first place. The plot thickened when Wack 100, a well-known music manager and industry figure, publicly accused Bricc Baby of snitching on Lil Durk. In response, Bricc Baby fired back, claiming that Wack was just trying to stir up drama for content and didn't know what he was talking about. He dismissed the allegations as baseless and tried to shut down the claims with his own explanation. He even addressed rumors that he had given Quando Rondo's location to Lil Durk, admitting that while he wouldn't get involved now, he had considered it in the past due to loyalty and financial struggles. However, things escalated further when, in another controversial move, Bricc Baby made a statement on No Jumper about not being able to say "slide for Vaughn" anymore. This only added more fuel to the already blazing fire of speculation and drama surrounding him. The comment about not being able to say "slide for Vaughn" anymore was seen by many as a reference to the ongoing calls for Lil Durk to avenge the death of King Von, who was tragically killed in November 2020. Some fans took it as Bricc Baby, implying that Lil Durk had finally taken action to retaliate for Von's death, potentially dragging him into criminal activities. Bricc Baby, however, clarified that his fans had interpreted his words differently, explaining that when he said, "You can't say slime no more," he was referring to how the fans were reacting to him and his past associations. It was yet another instance of him trying to distance himself from the rumors and the heated situation. It didn't take long for people to start noticing the similarities between Bricc Baby's comment and something Lil Durk had said months later. Durk's words echoed Bricc Baby's almost word for word, except for one detail. Durk left out Lil Pie. This uncanny alignment of statements only fueled the growing speculation that something deeper was at play. But as the dust settled, the real action unfolded. On March 19, 2025, Bricc Baby was snatched up by federal agents during a large-scale operation in Los Angeles, dubbed Operation Drawdown. This wasn't your typical police raid. It was a major federal sweep targeting the notorious Rolling 60s Crips, one of South LA's most infamous gangs. The operation, a coordinated effort between the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California and the FBI, led to the arrest of 10 individuals, including Bricc Baby and a well-known figure tied to the No Jumper podcast, Loose Cannon. The feds had clearly set their sights on dismantling a massive criminal network, accusing the Rolling 60s of engaging in everything from drug trafficking and racketeering to illegal weapons operations. But their scope wasn't limited to street-level players. They were also aiming for the top, going after what they dubbed the Big U Enterprise, an organization allegedly led by Eugene Big U Henley Jr., a prominent and feared figure in the streets. Though the specific charges against Bricc Baby haven't been made public, the charges related to the operation were clear: drug trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and firearms offenses. Reports also suggest that a federal case against him had been filed as early as February 2025, indicating that the authorities had been building their case for some time before the final takedown in March. Once Bricc Baby was arrested, the internet quickly spun its own narrative, connecting dots in ways that may or may not have been accurate. Some online users speculated that his arrest was tied to rumors of him snitching on Lil Durk, alleging that Bricc Baby's legal trouble was a result of clout chasing gone wrong. Others pointed fingers at him for lacking loyalty, arguing that he'd become embroiled in matters that weren't his business. Comments like, "should have minded his business," "showed no loyalty over clout," became the social media chorus, showing little sympathy for his predicament. The online reaction took on a mix of humor and skepticism, with posts like one from Chicago Loop Lupo saying, "Bricc Baby has gone into hiding. Bet you won't see him on No Jumper no more." And Perico Kane chiming in, "Boy looked like he's next." As if things weren't tense enough, rumors began circulating that Bricc Baby had been stabbed while in custody. The story spread like wildfire, with some claiming it was revenge from Lil Durk's associates or retaliation for the alleged snitching. The narrative fit all too perfectly into the street justice theory: a snitch gets what's coming to them. Behind bars. These rumors gained traction for several reasons. First, the ongoing snitching allegations surrounding Bricc Baby made him an easy target for gossip. Second, as a member of the Rolling 60s, he had made plenty of enemies in rival gangs, increasing the odds of a violent encounter. Lastly, the high-profile nature of both his case and Durk's made them the perfect storm for speculation. In prison, snitching accusations can be deadly, and even unfounded rumors can spark violence. Bricc Baby, with his public visibility and ties to figures like Durk, was naturally caught in the crossfire. Plus, his own history of violent altercations in prison, like the time he allegedly knocked out and urinated on an inmate he considered a threat, fueled the narrative that he wasn't someone to be messed with. But here's where things take a surprising turn. Despite the widespread chatter, no credible evidence surfaced to support the stabbing rumors. In fact, Bricc Baby took to the airwaves himself on March 26, 2025, calling into the No Jumper podcast from federal prison. During the call, he directly addressed the rumors, firmly stating that he had not been stabbed, shutting down the gossip once and for all. In doing so, he offered a rare moment of clarity amid the swirling confusion. During his call to the No Jumper podcast, Bricc Baby addressed the rumors head-on, making it clear that he wasn't harmed and was in good health. He also mentioned that he was working on securing bail and even hinted at new music, refuting the gossip that had been circulating online about him being attacked in custody. His direct response cut through the noise, offering a first-hand account that stood in stark contrast to the unverified rumors. As of April 28, 2025, there have been no credible reports or official statements to contradict Bricc Baby's version of events. All available evidence suggests the stories about an attack were entirely fabricated. This situation sheds light on the ways gang culture, hip-hop, and social media collide, amplifying certain narratives and shaping public perception. The idea of a rapper betraying another artist and facing violent consequences aligns with familiar street justice stories, making it easier for some to accept without verifying the facts. For those who aren't familiar with Bricc Baby, he's an LA rapper who gained recognition in the underground scene, with mixtapes like Nasty Dealer and Son of a Brick Lady. Born on January 6, 1988, he built his reputation through raw, street-centric tracks about life in Compton, with projects such as 6 Bricks, 6 Brim, and Brick James. His connections with major artists like Future, Young Thug, and 21 Savage also helped boost his profile. In addition to his music career, Bricc Baby's role as a host on the No Jumper podcast has significantly raised his public visibility. He regularly discussed his gang affiliations, which would later play a central role in both his legal troubles and the threats he faced. Bricc Baby is closely tied to the Rollin' 60s neighborhood. Crips, one of the most powerful Crip sets in Los Angeles. Established in 1976, the Rollin' 60s has around 1,600 members and holds substantial territory in South LA. This affiliation isn't just a background detail, it's woven into his music and public persona. Being linked to such a prominent gang inevitably places Bricc Baby in a dangerous position, especially when he's incarcerated. Rival gang members, particularly from factions like the 8 Trey Gangster Crips, could target him. This long-standing feud between the 60s and 8 Trey dates back to 1979, ignited by a dispute over a woman, and has resulted in over 30 gang-related deaths and countless civilian casualties. Notable incidents like the 1988 killing of Karen Toshima, an innocent bystander caught in a shootout, underscore the severity of the animosity between these groups. But the 8 Trey Gangster Crips aren't Bricc Baby's only enemies. As a Crip, he naturally faces tension with Bloodsets, rivals of any Crip faction. The infamous Crips-Bloods rivalry is one of the most recognized gang conflicts in U.S. history, making Bricc Baby a target for various blood-affiliated gangs. His group, the Rollin' 60s, also has tensions with other Crip factions, including the Hoover Criminals, the 99 Mafia Crips, the Main Street Mafia Crips, the 4-Pack Crips, and the Gardena Shotgun Crips. These territorial disputes add another layer of complexity to his dangerous situation. In prison, a reputation for snitching is among the most perilous accusations someone can face. The word snitch carries a heavy weight in that world, and once someone is branded with it, the risk of retaliation grows exponentially. For Bricc Baby, the rumors about his involvement in snitching, particularly in connection with Lil Durk, only heighten the tensions surrounding his time in custody. With multiple gangs that have historical beef with the 60s potentially targeting him, the stakes are higher than ever, especially with the added weight of the snitching allegations. The world of incarceration. Inmates believed to have cooperated with authorities often face severe consequences. Whether or not the accusations hold any truth, the ongoing rumors surrounding Bricc Baby specifically claims that he helped authorities in connection with Lil Durk's arrest on charges related to a murder-for-hire scheme could place him in a precarious position. Beyond his usual rivals from other gangs, Bricc Baby might also attract threats from those loyal to Lil Durk or anyone eager to gain street credibility by targeting someone accused of snitching. The video, which dropped on March 24, 2024, sparked major backlash as it boldly linked Bricc Baby to a serious crime. Flacco insisted he had cleared the content with Bricc Baby before it went live, claiming he had the green light to publish. Bricc Baby, however, flat out rejected that narrative, igniting a serious fallout rooted in broken trust. As the drama spilled onto Reddit, the majority of users sided with Bricc Baby, accusing Flacco of fabricating consent and using the controversy to chase clout and clicks. The conflict ultimately boiled over into a face-to-face showdown when Bricc Baby stormed into the No Jumper studio, determined to confront Flacco in person. Reports say Bricc Baby was livid, believing the video had crossed a dangerous line by putting his freedom on the line through reckless allegations. The explosive moment made one thing clear: Bricc Baby doesn't shy away from direct action when he feels someone's crossed him, a trait that could be relevant to how he handles threats in his current incarceration. Pop-ass flunk go post a mother video of me, do content of me, and quando rondo on the dead homies with all that I got going on right now. All that unite going through cause supposed to be my partner running content on some murders. One point Bricc Baby reportedly warned, "Come on, gang. Like, nah, run that content one more time, Kill Squad gonna be in the streets on you. You'll be the first example of what happens to Hood. I'ma holler at you when I get back to LA." Another notable feud involves Charleston White, who claimed he placed a $10,000 bounty on Bricc Baby and filed a federal report, allegedly over Bricc Baby's frequent talk about gang life. Bricc Baby didn't take Charleston White's bounty claim lightly. He fired back by challenging White to a one-on-one fight. But White dodged the offer, instead insisting that Bricc Baby square up with someone named Cowboy first. The back and forth turned into social media theater, shedding light on how much of today's drama thrives off digital performances. Controversy has followed Bricc Baby beyond beefs, especially when it comes to his unfiltered opinions. In November 2024, he took aim at Gucci Mane during a No Jumper podcast episode, hurling insults and labeling him everything from bipolar to narcissistic. The backlash was swift. Podcast host Adam22 took to Instagram to issue a public apology and announced Bricc Baby would be suspended and referred to therapy, an attempt to manage the fallout. This incident further emphasized Bricc Baby's tendency to stir the pot with inflammatory remarks, often putting himself and those around him in difficult positions. His tensions didn't stop at words. He also had a run-in with No Jumper's own security team. On March 14, 2024, he allegedly confronted them after suspecting they had leaked his whereabouts to individuals named Spotty and X4, who then showed up unexpectedly. Though the situation didn't turn violent, it revealed serious concerns about Bricc Baby's safety and the possibility of rival gang members tracking him. This moment became a key piece of the puzzle in understanding why later rumors of a jail attack on him gained traction. If he felt unsafe even within a podcast studio, those fears would only intensify behind bars, where he might be locked up with people tied to past feuds or snitching accusations, particularly those involving Lil Durk. There's also been internal gang tension. His arrest, alongside Loose Cannon during Operation Drawdown, reportedly forced two longtime adversaries into the same legal boat, creating even more friction. The case that led to their arrest has been labeled one of the West Coast's wildest, with alleged links to major crimes like the murders of Nipsey Hussle and PNB Rock. All of this made the idea of Bricc Baby being attacked in jail seem plausible to the public. But despite the swirling rumors, no attack has been confirmed. In a live phone call to the No Jumper podcast on March 26, 2025, Bricc Baby directly shut down the speculation, stating he had not been stabbed. With no credible reports or official statements to back up the viral claims, it appears the rumors were nothing more than internet smoke. As of April 28, 2025, Bricc Baby remains in federal custody following his March 19th arrest. There's no word on bail being granted, and court proceedings are ongoing, though few specifics have been made public. Despite his mounting legal troubles, support hasn't completely dried up. Adam22 publicly expressed solidarity on Instagram Live, saying that getting caught in a RICO case doesn't erase the work Bricc Baby did with No Jumper, and hinting that his recent activities were unrelated to the charges. Still, public opinion remains divided. Many believe Bricc Baby's downfall was self-inflicted, pointing to his craving for attention and tendency to insert himself into other people's legal messes. Comments like, "Clout chased his way into a Fed indictment," capture that sentiment perfectly. The snitching rumors continue to hang over him like a shadow. Though he's repeatedly denied cooperating with authorities, the accusations persist, and in a culture where perception often outweighs proof, even baseless whispers can carry serious weight. Looking ahead, Bricc Baby faces steep legal battles and potential safety risks. The federal charges are no joke, and with his reputation entangled in gang politics, viral drama, and legal peril, his future remains anything but certain.